Greetings everyone, I'm Kevin and this is how I did in August. August was a very strange month for me for multiple reasons. The first of all that I thought was going to be the most difficult part is the fact that I went back to full-time work on the 2nd of August. So since the 2nd of August was the 2nd of August, I have been working full-time the entire month. And because of that, I figured I am not going to be able to do as much reading as I am used to. But alas, the total amount of books that I read is 16, which I think is amazing. I started and finished 16 books, but I also started another book that I didn't finish until a few days ago. So I started 17 books, but I finished 16, and I am all of the stats are just going to be focused on those 16 books that I actually finished. So 16 books. And then what amount of pages did I read? I read 4,640 pages, and that is an average page count of 290 pages. The longest book that I read was 518 pages, and it was The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. And the shortest book that I read was 41 pages, and it was Antony and Cleopatra by William Shakespeare. Then we're moving on to stars. For these 16 books, I gave out 61 stars. That is an average star rating of 3.8 stars. That is a ridiculously high star rating. I mean, I don't think I have had an average rating of 4 or over 4, but 3.8 is awesome. And the highest star rating that I gave was 5 stars for 4 books. Granted, a few of these books were rereads, but still. If you want to make sure that your average star rating is high for a monthly stats thing, read favorites. Reread all favorites that already are 5 stars for you. Just a tip. And the lowest star rating that I gave was 2 stars, and I only gave it to 1 book. So that's nice that only 1 book got below a 3 star. But still, I don't like having a 1 or a 2 star in a month. I don't like that, you know. And then we're on to genres. The genre that I read the most this month isn't really surprising to anyone, I think, and it's contemporary. I read 7 contemporaries this month. And then I read 3 sci-fis and 3 fantasy stories, novels, and 1 historical and 1 dystopian. When it comes to format, the one that I read the most was audio and physical books. So reading both audibly and physically. I read 9 books by both listening to it and reading it physically, and that is either that I listen to it while reading it with my eyes, or it's that I listen to the audiobook going to and from work, or when I do chores at home, and then other than that I read the physical copy. But it's the combination between reading it audibly and physically that I read 9 books for that way. Then I read 4 books only audiobook, and then 3 books only physically. When it comes to language, I have started to enjoy the language part a lot more because I have yet again fitted in all 3 of my languages in 1 month. I read 13 books in English, 2 books in Swedish, and 1 book in German, and I loved that for me, that I got to read in all 3 languages. Granted, I read the book in German the beginning of the month, which August has been going forever, I feel like. Just looking through all the books that I read in August, I was like, this can't be right. That was forever ago. That was so long ago. But I think going back to full-time work, it also makes time go by a lot quicker, that it feels like a lot of time has passed even though it's the same month. 30 days can either feel like 13 or 300. That's how I feel. And then last but not least, we have the countries visited. And these are in order of visitation. So the first country that I got to visit was the US. Then I visited Australia, China, Egypt, Germany, Sweden, South Korea, and New Zealand. The book that I count for New Zealand, I don't know if it's set there, but it is set in an English-speaking country, and the author is New Zealandese. Is that what it's called? She's a Kiwi, let's just say that. So I count that book towards New Zealand because it's set in an English-speaking country and the author is from New Zealand. So I figured, why not count it towards New Zealand. But that was it for the reading stats for August. I hope you enjoyed. Please let me know, like, how was your reading in August like? And until next time, good reading. Bye.